What if I told you that the universe is preparing 7 powerful financial changes especially for you, a Virgo? Yes, you heard right. In the coming times, very special cosmic energies will align in a unique way to bring incredible transformations to your wallet, your bank account, and your entire relationship with money. And look, these aren't small changes. We're talking about opportunities that can completely change how you earn, save, and multiply your resources. You know that feeling that money always slips through your fingers? Or that you work so hard but never see the results you deserve? Well, that's exactly what's about to change. The stars are moving in a very rare way, creating energetic portals that will open financial paths you may not even have imagined existed. And you know what's even more incredible? These changes have already begun to manifest, but in subtle ways that you may not have noticed yet. That thought that popped into your head about a new business venture, that sudden urge to better organize your finances, that chance encounter that could turn into a lucrative partnership. All of these are signs that the tide is turning in your favor. But beware, because if you don't recognize these 7 changes and don't prepare to take advantage of them, you might miss golden opportunities that the universe is placing right in front of you. And look, as a Virgo, you have something very special that few signs possess. This incredible capacity for organization, attention to detail, and dedicated work. But now the cosmos wants you to use these qualities in a completely new way. It wants to elevate your financial energy to a level you've never experienced before. So stay with me until the end, because each of these 7 changes I'm going to reveal could be the key that unlocks the prosperity you so richly deserve. And there's something at the end that will surprise you even more, something about one of these changes that very few people know, and that can make all the difference between merely surviving financially or truly prospering. First change. The value of your work will multiply. Remember all that effort, that dedication you put into everything you do? Well, the moment has finally arrived when the universe will recognize that concretely in your wallet. And I'm not just talking about recognition and pretty words. I'm talking about actual money going into your account. This first financial change coming for Virgos has everything to do with the real value of your work finally being seen and rewarded as it deserves. For a long time, you may have felt that you were giving more than you received, that your effort was greater than the financial return. This happens a lot with Virgos because you have this characteristic of dedicating yourselves body and soul, of doing everything perfectly, but the outside world doesn't always value that in the same proportion. But now, cosmic energies are completely changing this scenario. In the coming months, you will begin to realize that the people around you, your bosses, your clients, your business partners, will finally understand how much you are worth. And this will be reflected in better offers, salary increases, more advantageous contracts, and job opportunities that pay much better than you're used to. But look, there's a super important detail here. This appreciation won't just fall from the sky out of nowhere. The universe is creating the conditions, opening doors, but you need to have the courage to ask for what you deserve. You need the audacity to set a higher price, to not accept less than your worth, to stand firm when someone tries to devalue your work. Many Virgos have difficulty with this because they are modest by nature. They don't like to brag or seem arrogant. But this change requires you to leave that comfort zone of excessive humility and truly embrace the power of your talent. Another fascinating thing about this first change is that it's not limited to the work you already do. It also opens up space for your hidden, guarded skills to be monetized. You know, that knowledge you have that you think is useless? That life experience you've accumulated? That special way you do things? All of that can become a source of income now. The universe is literally creating opportunities for you to transform your natural gifts into tangible money. And there's more. This appreciation also comes from your own self-perception. The more you internally recognize your own value, the more the external world will reflect that back to you in the form of prosperity. It's as if the cosmos is inviting you to look in the mirror and finally see the incredible and valuable professional you truly are. When you do this, when you raise your own professional self-esteem, something magical happens. The right opportunities begin to appear. The right people cross your path. The right deals knock on your door. And all this because you vibrated at the frequency of true self-worth. Second change. Unexpected sources of income will emerge. Get ready, because the second financial change coming your way is one that no one expects, but that will have a huge impact on your life. We're talking about money coming from totally unexpected places, in ways you never imagined possible. The universe is very creative when it wants to bless someone, and with Virgo now, it's being especially generous in this aspect. You might think you know all the possible ways to make money, that you've explored all the options, that your financial life is somewhat defined and stagnant. But that's where you're wrong. In the coming times, opportunities will appear from directions you've never looked before. It could be an invitation to a side project that pays very well. It could be a business idea that pops into your head seemingly out of nowhere but has everything to succeed. It could be someone from the past who reappears with a lucrative proposal. Could even be money that was forgotten somewhere and that you're going to recover. The possibilities are endless when the cosmos decides to open these doors. And you know what the most interesting part is? These unexpected sources of income are usually related to things you enjoy doing, your hobbies, your personal interests. The universe doesn't want you to struggle to earn money. It wants you to find pleasure and satisfaction in how you prosper. So pay close attention to what attracts you, what sparks your curiosity, because a new source of income might be hidden there. Many Virgos spend their entire lives focused on just one area, one way to make money, and end up missing wonderful opportunities that exist in other fields. But now the stars are conspiring to expand your financial horizons, to show you that you don't need to be stuck with just one thing, that you can diversify, that you can have multiple sources of income. And this not only increases your earnings but also brings more security, because if one source fails, you have others to support you. There's a very important aspect here that I need to warn you about. When these unexpected opportunities appear, don't let fear or distress stop you from taking advantage of them. Virgos have this tendency to overanalyze, to want absolute certainty before taking any step. But sometimes the universe asks for a little faith, a little audacity, a calculated but courageous leap into the dark. Obviously, I'm not saying you should be irresponsible or fall for any line. Your natural prudence remains an important ally. But don't let it become a prison that prevents you from seizing real opportunities for prosperity. Another beautiful thing about these unexpected sources is that they often connect you with new people, with different circles, with environments that expand not only your bank account but also your worldview. It's as if money comes accompanied by personal growth, new experiences, more wealth in every sense of the word. And the more you open yourself to these possibilities, the more the universe will bring. It's a positive snowball effect that starts small, but can grow far beyond what you imagine. Third change. Your savings will finally grow for real. Now let's talk about something that deeply touches the heart of every Virgo. The ability to consistently save money and see that financial reserve grow beautifully and healthily. The third change that's coming is all about that. It's about you finally being able to accumulate resources in a way that previously seemed impossible. You know that frustration of trying to save, but always having an unforeseen event that devours everything? Or managing to save a little but the money simply not yielding the return you'd like? Well, all of that is about to change significantly. Planetary energies are aligning in a way that favors precisely this aspect of Virgo's financial life, the solid building of wealth. And interestingly, it's not just that you'll be able to save more money. The saved money itself will start working in your favor in new ways. Better investment opportunities will appear. You'll gain insights into where to invest your resources so they multiply. And you'll learn strategies you didn't know before. The universe is literally educating you financially, opening your mind to possibilities you may never have considered. Many people think that accumulating wealth requires earning vast sums of money, but the truth is that the secret lies much more in knowing how to manage, how to grow money, and having discipline and strategy. And in this, Virgos already have a natural advantage. You are organized, detail-oriented, and like to plan. But now these qualities will be turbocharged by the force of the cosmos, and the result will be surprising. You will find yourself making more ambitious financial plans, setting bigger goals, dreaming of an economic security that previously seemed too distant. And most importantly, you will have the real conditions to achieve these goals. It won't just be a dream. It will be a concrete path that the universe is paving for you to follow. There's a very special detail in this change that few people notice. When you start accumulating real resources, when you see your assets growing, it stirs something deep within you. It increases your self-confidence, gives you more freedom to make choices, protects you from being held hostage by situations you don't want just because you need the money. It's a feeling of empowerment that goes beyond the financial, positively affects your entire life. And the cosmos knows this. It knows that by giving you this economic stability, it's also giving you the tools to live more fully and authentically. Now there's a trap here that you need to avoid. Virgos can sometimes become so focused on saving that they forget to live, that they deny themselves small pleasures, that they become slaves to saving. That's not what the universe is talking about. The idea isn't for you to become a miser. It's for you to have financial intelligence, to know how to balance the present and the future, to be able to save money without sacrificing your quality of life today. Finding this balance is part of the lesson that comes with this third change. Learning to be prosperous without being stingy, to be provident without being anxious, to build wealth without losing generosity and joy. CTA 1. Listen, if you're enjoying these revelations about the financial changes coming your way, I need to ask you something very important. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new content we bring you about astrology, prosperity, and personal development. Every week there are new videos with powerful messages from the universe especially for you. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing where in the world you're following this content. Write your city, your state, or just a hi, so I know you're on the other side of the screen vibrating with me in this energy of prosperity. And look, if these messages are touching your heart, if you feel this content really makes a difference in your life, consider becoming a channel member. With your support, I can continue bringing you more and more special videos, more in-depth content, more tools for your growth journey. Each person who chooses to support this work is helping to spread light and knowledge to thousands of other people as well. So thank you so much for being here. And let's continue together discovering the other incredible changes that the universe has prepared for you. Fourth change. Financial partnerships will strengthen and prosper. The fourth change knocking on your door has everything to do with the power of unity, collaboration, and partnerships that multiply results. And look, this is especially powerful for Virgos because you often prefer to do everything alone, trusting yourselves more than others when it comes to money. But the universe is now showing you that it's time to make room to build together, to combine forces, to create something bigger than you could achieve alone. In the coming times, you will find people who think like you, who have similar values, but who bring complementary skills to yours. And when these connections happen, when you combine talents and resources, prosperity will emerge in a way that will surprise you. It could be a partnership in a business, could be a joint project with someone. It could even be the financial relationship with your life partner becoming more harmonious and productive. The important thing is to understand that you don't need to carry everything on your shoulders alone, that sharing responsibilities and gains can be much smarter than trying to embrace the whole world alone. Many Virgos struggle with this because they have very high standards, are perfectionists, and believe that no one will do things as well as they do. But that's precisely the key to this change. It's not about finding someone exactly like you. It's about finding someone different, someone who brings what you lack, who sees what you don't see, who completes your vision in a way that creates something richer and more complete. When you accept this, when you let go of trying to control everything alone, incredible doors open. And there's a very beautiful aspect to this fourth change. It's not just about formal business partnerships. It's also about learning to receive help, to accept financial advice, to be open to mentorship, to learn from those with more experience. Virgo is a very wise sign, but sometimes wisdom lies precisely in recognizing that there is always more to learn, that other people may have pieces of the puzzle that you don't yet have. In the coming months, the right people will cross your path to teach you valuable things about money, about investments, about how to expand your earnings. Pay attention to these learning opportunities. They are gifts from the universe disguised as casual encounters. Now, there's something very important you need to know about financial partnerships. They only work when there's transparency, honesty, and clear agreements. And you're an expert at that because Virgos don't like beating around the bush or things that are poorly defined. Use this characteristic to your advantage. When making any kind of partnership, be meticulous about the details, put everything in writing, make everyone's responsibilities clear. This isn't distrust, it's intelligence. It's protecting yourself and the other person as well. And the clearer the foundations, the more solid the partnership will be, and the greater the fruits it will bear. Another beautiful thing that happens with this change is that it often brings true friendships along with prosperity. You discover people who become not only business partners but lifelong friends, people you can trust, with whom you can share not only profits but also dreams, challenges, and celebrations. And this has a value that goes far beyond money. It brings human and emotional richness that nourishes your soul, as much as material wealth nourishes your bank account. Fifth change. Your relationship with money will transform from the inside out. Now let's talk about something profound, a change that happens not out there but within you. The fifth financial transformation coming for Virgos is about your mindset, your beliefs, your energy in relation to money. And look, this one may seem less concrete than the others, but it's actually the most powerful of all. Because everything that manifests in your material life begins first in the world of ideas, emotions, and internal vibrations. If you have a complicated relationship with money, full of fears, guilt, and limiting beliefs, this is directly reflected in your wallet. But now the universe is working to heal all of that within you. Many Virgos grew up hearing that money is dirty, that rich people are dishonest, that having a lot is being selfish. Or they learned that they need to suffer a lot to deserve to earn something. That work has to be hard and heavy, otherwise it's worthless. All these ideas are deeply rooted in the subconscious and sabotage your prosperity, without you even realizing it. But the energy that's arriving now is like a light illuminating those dark corners of your mind, showing you where the blockages are, where the wounds that need healing are. And as you become aware of these issues, you have the opportunity to transform them, to replace poor beliefs with abundant beliefs, to exchange fear for confidence, to change shame for healthy pride in what you achieve. This inner transformation is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. But every step you take on this path is immediately reflected outward. Every time you challenge a limiting thought about money, every time you choose to believe you deserve prosperity, every time you allow yourself to dream big, the universe responds by sending more opportunities, more ease, more abundance. It's as if your vibrational frequency changes, and with that you begin to attract different realities. There's something very interesting that happens in this fifth shift. You begin to realize that money is just energy. It's neither good nor bad in itself. It depends on what you do with it, the intentions you have, how you use this resource. And when you truly understand this, when you stop demonizing or idolizing money and simply see it as a tool, an energy that can be directed towards good, everything becomes lighter and easier. You stop having that neurotic relationship and begin to have a mature and healthy relationship with prosperity. And you know what's most beautiful? When you heal your relationship with money, when you free yourself from these internal shackles, you inspire other people around you to do the same. Your example becomes a guiding light for those on the same journey. And this multiplies prosperity not only in your life but also in the lives of those you love. It's as if you break old family patterns, open new paths, create a different legacy for future generations. This is extremely powerful. Now, to take full advantage of this fifth change, you need to be willing to do honest inner work. Observe your thoughts about money. Question where they come from. Notice when you are acting out of fear or limiting beliefs. And then consciously choose to think and act differently. You can use positive affirmations, visualizations, meditation, any tool that helps you reprogram your mind for abundance. The universe is supporting you in this process, sending insights, synchronicities, signs. Your part is to be attentive and active in your own transformation. Sixth change. Unnecessary expenses will naturally decrease. The sixth financial change coming your way is something many people seek but few achieve. The ability to stop wasting money on nonsense, to cut pointless expenses, and to have more control over where your money is going. And the most interesting thing is that this won't happen in a forced way, as if you had to deprive yourself of everything and live miserably. No, it will be something natural, a shift in consciousness that will make you simply no longer want certain things that previously attracted you. The universe is refining your perception of value, helping you distinguish what really matters from what is just a fleeting illusion. You know that impulse to buy things you don't even need just because they were on sale or because everyone else has them. Or that habit of spending on small things that add up to a fortune at the end of the month. All of that will begin to lose its power. You'll look at those things and simply won't feel the urge anymore. You'll prefer to save the money or invest in something that truly adds value to your life. This is one of the most liberating changes there is because you stop being a slave to consumerism, advertising, and social pressures. You gain true autonomy over your financial choices. And Virgos have everything to take full advantage of this change because you naturally tend towards practicality, valuing quality over quantity, and thinking before acting. However, even the most controlled Virgos sometimes have their weak points, those areas where money slips away unnoticed. But now the cosmos is illuminating precisely these blind spots. You will gain clarity about your spending patterns, understand where the leaks are, and be able to close those holes efficiently. And what a wonderful thing. When you stop wasting money, when every penny is used consciously, the feeling of prosperity increases even if your income remains the same. Because you are managing better, making it yield more, having more at the end of the month. It's as if the universe is teaching you financial alchemy, the art of transforming little into much through the wise use of resources. There's an aspect of this change that is especially important in today's times. With so much technology, so much ease of spending through cell phones, credit cards, and online shopping, it's very easy to lose control. Many people spend without even realizing it because they don't see the physical money leaving their hands. But now you're going to develop a greater awareness, even in the digital world. You'll look at that subscription you no longer use and cancel it. You'll realize you're paying for redundant services and simplify. You'll question every recurring expense and keep only what really makes sense. This may seem like a small detail, but it makes a huge difference in the long run. And there's something else really cool. When you cut unnecessary expenses, you're not just saving money. You're also freeing up mental and emotional energy. Because every financial commitment is a worry, something you need to remember, manage, and pay for. When you simplify your financial life, your mind becomes lighter. You have more peace, more clarity to focus on what really matters. And this lightness attracts even more prosperity, because you are no longer vibrating in the energy of complication and overload. 7th change. Old stuck money will be released. We've arrived at the 7th and final financial change that the universe has prepared for Virgo. And this one is one that can bring very pleasant surprises. We're talking about money that was stuck, blocked, or stalled, and that will finally be released and reach you. It could be money that someone has owed you for a long time and you had already given up hope of receiving. It could be that legal process that has been dragging on and will finally have a favorable resolution. It could be an old investment that seemed dead but will recover. It could be an inheritance, restitution, or the return of something that was rightfully yours. The forms are many, but the pattern is the same. Resources that were blocked will flow again. And interestingly, this change has a lot to do with cosmic justice. With the universe settling accounts, returning to you what is yours, correcting financial injustices you may have suffered in the past. It's like a course correction and energetic compensation. And for Virgo, a sign that works so hard, that truly dedicates itself, that deserves every penny it earns. This 7th change arrives as a recognition from the cosmos for its entire journey. It's not luck. It's not chance. It's the harvest. It's you receiving back the energy you planted for so long. Now there's an important detail here. For this trapped money to be completely released, sometimes you need to take some action. Maybe it's collecting a debt you've been avoiding. Maybe it's pursuing that forgotten right of yours. Maybe it's finalizing that paperwork that was shelved. The universe is creating favorable conditions, removing energetic obstacles, but your action in the material world may be necessary to make everything happen. So don't just wait for things to fall from the sky. Be attentive to opportunities to resolve old financial issues. And look, this 7th change isn't just about large amounts. Sometimes it's small amounts, but added together they make a difference. And there's something very special about money that comes this way, from old situations being resolved. It seems to bring an energy of closure, of releasing weight. As if you were finally closing chapters that should have been closed a long time ago but remained open, consuming your energy. When these cycles close, when this money arrives, you feel a relief that goes beyond the financial. It's emotional too. It's knowing that something wasn't left hanging, that it had a conclusion, that justice was done. And this relief opens space for new things to enter your life. It's like emptying a glass full of old water to receive fresh water. Without this emptying, the new has nowhere to enter. Another fascinating thing about this change is that it often comes accompanied by incredible synchronicities. You think of something and the next day it's resolved. You talk to someone about an old financial situation and soon after the solution appears. You dream of something and it manifests in reality. These are all signs that the gears of the universe are working in your favor, aligning people, situations, and timing so that what is yours reaches you. So pay attention to the signs, the subtle messages, the doors that open unexpectedly. And when these opportunities to resolve old issues arise, don't procrastinate. Act with the efficiency that is a Virgo's trademark and finish everything at once. Don't let it drag on any longer. It's time to close cycles and open spaces for the new era of prosperity that is beginning in your life. Conclusion. So, were you able to feel the power of these 7 financial changes coming your way? Look, it's no small thing. We're talking about a profound and comprehensive transformation in all areas of your life that involve money. From valuing your work to healing your inner relationship with prosperity. From new sources of income to reclaiming old resources. From powerful partnerships to consciously controlling your spending. It's a complete package of financial renewal that the universe is delivering especially for Virgos. But as I said at the beginning, these changes will only fully manifest if you do your part. If you open yourself to receive. If you have the courage to act differently than you always have. If you trust the process even when you can't yet see all the results. The cosmos is creating the perfect conditions, but you need to walk towards the opportunities that are being offered. And look, I know that sometimes it can seem difficult to believe that good things are coming, especially if you've gone through difficult financial times recently. But it's precisely now that you need to keep the faith, because the most significant changes usually come after the most challenging periods. It's as if the universe is preparing you, strengthening you, so that you are ready to handle the abundance that is to come. And you are ready. All your previous experiences have taught you valuable lessons, given you tools, shaped you for this moment. Now it's just a matter of putting everything you've learned into practice. There's something I want to challenge you to do starting today. I want you to observe your life more attentively, to notice the small signs that these changes have already begun. That opportunity that arose, that new thought about money, that different feeling about your work. All of these are seeds that have already been planted and will grow if you water them with your attention and your actions. Write down in a notebook or on your phone every small piece of evidence that prosperity is increasing. And whenever you feel doubt, go back to these notes and remember how far you've come. This will strengthen your faith and accelerate the whole process. And don't forget that you are not alone on this journey. Thousands of other people are going through similar transformations, vibrating at the same frequency of growth as you. And when we unite in purpose, when we share this energy of prosperity, everything becomes stronger and faster. So stay with us, participate in these videos, comment, share your experiences. Your testimony can be the inspiration someone needs to not give up. And who knows, your story of financial transformation might become an example for hundreds of other people watching now. And I want to remind you again, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. Activate that bell to receive all notifications of new videos. And consider supporting this work by becoming a member. Each person who supports makes a huge difference in the continuity of this project to bring knowledge and light to the world. So thank you very much for staying until the end. Your presence really matters. And now tell me, which of these 7 changes did you feel will impact your life the most? Or which one have you already started to see happening? Leave it in the comments. I love reading each message and seeing how the energies of the universe are working in your lives. And remember, prosperity is your natural right. You deserve abundance. You deserve to live with financial peace of mind. You deserve to reap the rewards of your hard work. And the universe is conspiring right now to make all of this a reality in your life. So keep your heart open, your mind positive, and your hands ready to receive. Your financial blessings are on their way. Until the next video, and may prosperity always be with you.